Okay, so happy Saturday. Again, this is X4 Foundations with the Star Wars Interworlds mod version 0.9. I don't think there's been an update this week, but that's fine. The screen is not frozen. The ship is just not doing anything at the moment. So that's our station down there still being built. So, recap time, right? So currently just sitting around in the ship. I'm sitting in the co-pilot's chair because I've learned, for some reason, when we visit stations, sometimes if I'm standing up, because usually I like to stand up here. I like to stand here the most, right? It's a slightly better view. But if, for some reason, if sometimes I get kicked off in the station, I don't know why. So when we go to land in the station, I'll end up standing there, and they go off and go do some of their thing. There are other things because they're on automatic. They're doing trading runs and that kind of stuff. But anyway, really, Rocket? We just went through this. Just a second. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, sitting in the co-pilot seat so we can stay seated when we hit different stations and whatever. And currently, the Pummeling Papillon is acting as a go-get parts ship for our station, mainly because we're building stuff on our station, slowly but surely, taking a little while. So we set this up to be the go get it. So trading for build storage, that's its job over left hand side. It's not a very big freighter, but it doesn't need to be. It's just picking up pieces as we need them, and that's its job. Now, as far as our last session, I don't know if I picked up any new ships. I think I might have. Are we closer to getting our own Star Destroyer too? Oh, technically, you're always getting closer. How close are we is another story, but we definitely got closer. It's still a long walk, though. It's a very long walk. Anyway, so like I said, I'm not sure what ships I had at the end of the session last week. I don't think I had the gas miner, so we started using this. No buyers found in range. Buyers? Oh, it's got helium to sell, so we got to deal with that somehow. So we got that. We are 0.001% closer. That was probably somewhat accurate. So anyway, so we only have the one station, still building stuff. We have the consular freighter, which is technically better than the Gozanti freighters, which are usually my medium-sized freighter of choice. But now that I see them, these might become my new ones, simply because they have a slightly bigger gun on them for defensive purposes. So they've got the dual laser cannon turret, which is slower firing but hits harder, and then the quad laser mainly for shooting down fighters and missile stuff. Actually, this one doesn't do missiles. You shoot enemies first. Should put you on defense. That's no defense. So anyway, so this one, shoot down missiles. That's what it's better for, and then the cannon for shooting down bad guys that are a little bit slower. So our main planned expansion in the short term. I'll let you know in a second. We're going through a process here, going through our new ships. So I think, like I said, the Action 4 gas, that one's new from the last session. I'm pretty sure we had this one last week. Definitely had this one for the mining. I think had this one mining. Yeah, we had both miners, I think, last week. And then the Y-Wing is out doing its thing still. Exploring everywhere and dropping. Are you parked? Y-Wing is parked. So he's done doing his exploring and stuff. So you need to get refitted. Just a second. Sorry, not refitted. Resupplied. So Y-Wing. Y-Wing long probe. So this is basically a long-range scout ship. Is basically what this thing is. Or exploration ship. Why does that look... Doesn't look very good for some reason. Oh, I know why. Let me get the parts real quick. Consumables. So resource probes we didn't really use up. Regular satellites. Oh, we still have some left. Okay, so we're good. Bigger font or something like that. way you can enlarge the text. I don't know. I haven't really. The problem with enlarging the text is there's a lot of text, and if you enlarge it, it's just going to be that much more space taken up and harder to see even more stuff. There's a lot of text in this game. I don't even know if you can change the font size. I've never really thought about it. Begin to display. It's a borderless window. We got to change this back to full screen. Get better performance out of the graphics and stuff. I keep it in windowed when I'm not streaming because I have this running basically in the background while I'm doing other stuff. So. Well, it's not making it worse for me. It just makes it. It just takes up more text. Every time you change the size of the text, unless it's properly scaled and whatever, it takes up more space. I mean, it just fills up the screen that much more. To my display settings, so frame rate, blah blah blah. So that has nothing to do with text here and the display. Graphics, so that shadows, distortion, blah blah blah. Cougar Man, thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. I don't see anything here about fonts. So there's nothing there about fonts. Accessibility, maybe. Scan indicator, maximum. Okay, so this isn't what I thought it would be. Oh, there's colorblind options but that doesn't help us. Put feedback, restore. Yeah, so there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing to play with font. Keeps not playing 8K, of course not. How can you do that and still call yourself a streamer? Because I'm reasonable. Because I'm reasonable. Anyway, so plan. So we went through the ships real quick. There wasn't really that much to go through. We only have the one station. Just a couple extra. We have the extra miner out there. Basically this miner is just out there just mining, making our, some of our income there. Not a lot. And then you just sitting around. We need to see how we're doing here. Mrs. Gimpy needs to talk to me. Right back. I'll continue playing while she does that. Okay, Mrs. Gimpy has agreed to let everybody hear this because she's bitching and complaining about Rocket, how old he is and how much energy he has. So, here.
I'm just saying.
Come closer so they can hear you.
I'm just saying he's high energy.
Keep talking.
We went out on a walk today, and I brought the stroller in case he gets tired, of course, so I could put him in the stroller. And he does not like the stroller, so we went out, we were walking, and he starts slowing down. So I put him in the stroller, his tongue was hanging out and everything, and then he started crying and whining and doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, okay, we'll go out and sit by the rocks. So we sat by the rocks in the grass, a little bit of shade, and he was all over the place. He was like going around the rocks and tangling everything up. And I'm like, okay, you want to go again? You don't want to be in the stroller. You want to go again, but you're hot and tired. Your tongue's hanging out. Okay, so well, I guess it's time to go home. So he's for 18 years and 7 months. My gosh, that dog is, I call him the Energizer Bunny. He's always got energy to burn. My goodness, something else.
What's that?
He needs a cardio class, actually.
It's a cardio. Yes, he needs a cardio class.
He does. He needs a cardio class to chill out.
Poor Rocket.
To relax him probably wouldn't do any good. But
yeah.
Anyway.
He needs to chase old squirrels. We need to find some old squirrels for him to chase.
Old squirrels? Why old squirrels?
Because they're slow and like him. So they can't run. So basically, it's it's not the it's not the pros versus the amateurs anymore. It's the old fogies against the old fogies.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see if he would actually run after him.
He's got to find them
Well,
first.
actually, yeah, you can't really see him, so
He's got to find them
you know.
first.
But I'm just curious if he could see them, or if he knew they were there, would he run after them? If Mickey was here and he ran after him, he definitely would. But
Somehow, I don't think he'd run after them.
anyway, he's got pretty good pace, fast pace. So anyway,
A turtle, a snail. You're just being insulting now.
I can't take it. I can't take him anywhere with me. I can't put him in the stroller. I can't sit down and rest for a while with him because it was getting pretty warm in there. Although it says it's 70, it feels like 78.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like too much. So I said, okay, it's time. He was all over the place, so time to go home. Maybe that's what he wanted all along. That's why he's so
It's possible.
much energy, because he didn't want to be out. I don't know. Oh, that looks like Mickey Mouse.
Yes, that looks like Mickey Mouse. She's saying that this is basically Mickey's head, or not Mickey the dog, but Mickey Mouse as in Disney Mickey. There's the face, there's the ears.
Looks like my wreath, except it's round.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking
Proportions aren't right there.
No, I know. Mine is round. I know it isn't. It's closer to the middle of the head. So, anyway. Okay.
That it?
Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It's like 78 degrees here.
No, it's not.
I don't care what Alexa says. It's hot out there.
Okay. There's Mrs. Gimpy. Haven't heard from her in a while on the stream. It's not 80 out. It's not 78. It's only like 70, 72 degrees outside. Not even close. Merry Christmas. I'm sure she's fine. Let's see. So we're looking for places to put down satellites for potential sale of stuff. That's too far away to do business with because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe not. Eventually, maybe. So looking for resources to drop satellites for. Oh, we still explore up here too. Oh, did he do everything? Oh, we haven't explored this area. Okay, so Mr. Y-Wing, you are going to go drop a resource probe there, and then we'll have you drop a satellite. Now, I guess there's no stations here either, so can we get both of those? That'll work. And then after you've done that, explore. Okay.
Please hold. We will be scanning your cargo hold. Scan when you like. You
Get
can
that
go.
one down
The scan
there.
came back clean. Split knew there would be nothing.
Okay, no problem there. Okay, so after you're done there, explore it there. Dum dum dum. And then explore down here. I've got to go to all these exploring stuff. So this should link us over to Empire Space. Those two should. Oh, you're not even down here yet. Search that. There might be a gate going to the west. So, okay, 105 Fahrenheit last Friday. Just gone. First of the low hot days. Well, it's summertime for you. Okay, so that'll keep you busy. So now to get back to Vu Cruz's question. Short-term plans. Short-term plans are to mainly we're working on the station getting built. Trying to get the parts it needs and that kind of thing. So this is its current goofy design. Need resources. We're short. Basically, we have everything that we currently have scheduled to build. We have resources, most of it, except for the module prefabs. These are the hardest parts to get, the module prefabs. And we need, 1,800 of them to get everything done. We don't have the budget. Well, no, we got money in the budget to pay for at least a quarter of it. But right now, the list of things to be done, graphene production, which is this building right there, it's almost done. It's literally almost done. Then after that one, we're going to build some of the structure around here. I think going this way so we can build these production facilities here, which is superfluid stuff and water. And then after that's done, we're supposed to be doing the storage areas down here. Large storage for containers, and then large storage for solids. I actually need some water storage too, actually, or liquid storage. Hey, Grayling, welcome back. Happy Saturday. I almost said Friday. It's Saturday today.
Requesting permission to dock.
So we got that.
Docking permission granted.
So the plan. So this was the first part of the station. This was just a basic little station to get things started. And the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking I'm going to read this. Once we get our production up and running and get the larger storage containers built, what we're going to end up doing is either moving these storage containers around or just eliminating them. Probably going to end up eliminating them. And then we're going to basically break this part off, move and redo this section here instead of being this little crooked thing. Why is it crooked in the first place? Because the round station stuff. That's why. It's because the round piece there, you have to be a little bit more creative when you're building stuff, and that was my creation, my awesome imagination kicking in. But now that we've decided on a slightly bigger for our design, I guess, because this is going to be our main factory, our big space station. It's going to be producing a lot of stuff for us, hopefully. And why the spot? Because it can supply both the Mon Calamari to the south of us and the Corporate Sector Authority to the north of us. Their shipyards are, again, north and south of us, so producing a lot of parts here is not a bad spot because we're here at Pecuni. There's the Mon Calamari shipyard here, so one sector away, and then CSA is only 3 jumps away. So 1, 2, 3, which is well within range of our station. So that's the general idea as far as that goes. And then the station design itself, like I said, is once we get this a little bit more formed out, get some large storage pieces in here so we can get all this storage taken care of. We'll take this out and then move this. We're going to keep this. This is a dock for medium and small ships, and it's also got our solar panels, which is providing the power for everything for the station. So, and we got one of the refined metals. We'll put that somewhere along here at the same time. So basically, we're going to be moving stuff around, and we're going to take want to keep this dock because this is where the large ships dock at. So what I'm going to do is take this out, make a straight piece going farther back or farther out this way. So attach that to it out here, so it's away from this stuff here, but the dock will still be there. So just a little bit more better symmetry. Not that I care, but it'll look prettier, which I don't really care about either. But it's kind of driving me crazy because it's just so ugly. It's really what it is. It's not about symmetry or looking better. It's just friggin' ugly the way it looks. Just the layout just driving me crazy. It's not usually what I do, and I don't have what is it? I don't have a demand for everything to be symmetrical and that kind of thing. It looks good, but it's not necessarily required. And this is just going to be a little different. It's a different type of build for me too. Normally I build in this type of, usually we have our docks and then we basically look more like a tree, right? Basically come straight out and then go off to the sides. That's usually how I build my stations. This one I figured, let's do something different. So in this case, we're going to be making a big, it's not quite a circle, of course. It's more like a rounded cube. At least that's what eventually it's going to look like. So actually, and since the last time we looked at this, I added some more height to our property space. So basically went a little bit farther. I think I just went farther down. I don't know if I went up or not. I think I did go up too. Simply to make sure there's plenty of room for stuff, because originally earlier before I change the depth, height of the plot. There wasn't enough. The bottom was too close to here to the structure in order to get these guys in. So we had to buy a little bit more space. So we got plenty of space now for that, and that's where most of our storage is going to be going. Is down here. Now, can I? That's right. These guys only connect from the top or the bottom. Do we have space under here for this? No. I was kind of hoping there was a... Oh, there are spaces underneath there. Is that right? Oh, no, it's connecting to there. Okay. So our storage space is kind of... I don't want to say limited. It's just the hanging down storage space is kind of limited because we can only use it every time we have these little circular connectors. But still. So we could do that. And the reason for this current setup is we're going to be using these middle ones. So we have 3 of them on each side, except for there, of course. But the middle section here, we're going to use those as a place to put some structures to let us go more vertical. Because eventually the plan is to, if we need to, build a second ring up higher. It's going to be it's going to look really fragile, but it's also going to allow us to put some defensive pieces in here too for putting guns and stuff on the station. Because right now you can't put guns onto any of these connectors here. We can put some basic quad laser cannons, those kind of thing for shooting down fighters and stuff. But as far as defending against larger ships, we have no real hard points for that in any of these pieces, I think. But eventually, when we get some defensive modules we'll build, we're going to have these vertical pieces, and some of the defensive modules are going to be around this area too, plugged into them. So we'll have some defenses against larger ships if it becomes a problem, which it probably won't because we're pretty far into CSA space, but we'll see. But anyway, so again, eventually the plan is to build a second ring up higher up, giving us plenty of room to build stuff. And this is this is also a dock as well, a docking area, similar to the circle, except it's different shape. And we have actually enough space to put basically, we could put 4 of them in here. No, that's the wrong way, this way. So we could easily put 4 of them in here. Now, I don't think... Do they connect down to the nose? No, there's no connection on the nose. It's only the back end. Because what I was kicking around the idea is doing like a little... Putting the circular dock here right in the middle of the 4 of them. But there's no connector to do that. We'd have to get a little creative with our structure there. So we'll see. But anyway, we don't want this thing here yet. So you go away for now. We don't want you contributing to our costs. So anyway, so that's the station as is. Will there be anything built on the inside of that ring? Like I said, I don't know yet. We might put, it's really going to depend on how much traffic we see to the station. Because if there's lots of traffic, and by traffic, we mean large and medium freighter type stuff. This is going to handle the large ones. So, and for this, we have options. We could either, go vertical here and build a second dock higher up here for larger ships. But usually 3 is more than enough to handle those guys. Or we could just build a second one down here too. We'd have to extend our property down a little bit, but that's not a big deal. So we could put it there if we wanted to, if we didn't want to go vertical. And that would actually probably not be a horrible idea because the station is...
Please hold. We will be scanning your cargo hold.
Go ahead and scan.
Yeah.
You can go. The scan came back clean.
So by having ports on both sides, it allows... It frees up traffic is really what it does. Not all the ships are coming in from one side, so it might make things a little bit easier there. I don't know. We'll see. But... Again, that's a possibility. And as far as the middle goes, it really depends on what we can put in here. Because we do have... Hey, Brew, welcome back. Happy Saturday. How's Rocket and Mrs. Gimpy? Oh, you just missed her. She was just talking about it. They're fine. They're fine. But she was just talking about the walk they had this morning. You missed it by about 5 minutes. So, hey, Grum, welcome back. But what I was thinking is we might. I don't know how big the wharfs or the wharf building stuff is. I guess we can go look. Can we look? Because eventually we're going to be building our own ships and fighters and stuff.
Docking permission granted.
So this is the shipyard. And these are the different size shipyard parts. I think these are for building large ships, and I think these are the XLs, the biggest ones. And not going to put those in the middle, because the ships won't be able to get in and out, unless we change the elevation. So,
Please hold. We will be scanning your cargo hold. I have nothing to
so we got
hide.
those. What level's the Spaceful Eradication Control Center? Spaceful... we don't have one of those. But anyway, so as far as the shipyard goes, these are going to have to be either... I'm not sure I want to put my shipyard here anyway. I like to have my shipyards in my own territory. And unfortunately, currently, there's no neutral territory that we've seen. Although there should be some, maybe some here, and there might be some up here. Some neutral territory we might be able to claim as our own. We'll see. We're not there yet. Long way to go still. And then the wharf itself. This. I think that piece right there, one of these pieces here is the wharf. The wharf isn't very big. The wharf is where you build small and medium ships. So that's a very real possibility we can put into our base here. And the reason we'd want to do that is that way we can sell ships and or fighters and bombers once we get the necessary blueprints and stuff to, the Mon Calamari, which I don't think actually have a force, actually. They're just an independent faction so much that don't really do anything. But the CSA, if we build the same ships that they have, they will buy them from us, so they don't have to make them themselves. So, which is a income source for us. And I'm pretty sure a wharf is going to fit inside of this area, no problem. I think. But again, we're not there yet. It's still not cheap stuff, like hundreds of millions type credits things. So we're not there yet. So there's that. What else? So other than that, like I said, right now we're just trying to get the station up a little bit more production out of it. Still waiting for this graphene. Then again, it's the module prefabs that's holding us back. Oh, and this is our logistical screen. What we're currently building and what we might be building based on what we're currently constructing. So in this case, we are producing Durasteel plates, which everybody needs, at least for building stations and ships and all kind of stuff. Durasteel is a highly sought after material, so we're producing those here. Refined metals are part of that process. So is graphene, superfluid coolant. That's for something else later on, but it was relatively cheap to buy the module, so that's why we bought it. And then silicon wafers. These are they're kind of the same deal as refined metals. That's why they're kind of the same level. They will be used to produce microchips later on. And then water is used mainly for food, producing food, which we're not quite there yet. But again, it was relatively cheap, and we might as well get started processing that. And we have some drones that are already out, helping out with the cargo and repairs that haven't been happening. But so we can do that. Our station account is down to 300,000, and we pretty much let the station produce its own income for getting stuff done. And then all the little orange and green triangles, basically what I'm setting our demands for stuff at, as far as resources go. So in this case, methane. We only buy up to basically half of our capacity that we need, or half of what we need, and then anything over that we sell. That's the plan, at least. Or same thing, energy cells, slightly different. Energy cells we don't buy, but we sell anything over once we're at half of what we actually need to stay operational for, so many hours type deal. Helium, same thing as the methane and or actually silicon and ice, all the same deal. And these things change around all the time. I wanted to stay at 50%. Unfortunately, that's not an actual setting you can do, so I'm eyeballing it.
Hello, Gimpy.
That kind of
It
looks
is
like
time
50%.
to take a break. Go get some more water while you are up. This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support, or you can watch the ads during the break, or you can type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Okay, so again, and the reason I do this is to basically generate income for the station on stuff that we have excess of, and it also frees up storage space, right? So, because we don't need to have 10 million units of graphene for the Durasteel, simply because Durasteel takes time to produce. It takes new production cycle finishes in under 15 minutes. So time until resources depleted, 2 hours. So we got plenty of time to, collect the stuff in order to keep building Durasteel. Because 2 hours, this is real time. The game is running in real time. It's not being sped up. I could speed up. We have a way to speed up time, but I never do it because well, maybe not never is the wrong word, but I very, very, very rarely speed up time in this game because it just makes it more exciting. Maybe not exciting, but more interesting, more easy to control when I leave it in real time. It also gives me a better grasp on how we're doing on resource management too. It's like saying Durasteel. We can produce these things for 2 hours before we need refills on graphene and refined metals. So we have, like I said, plenty of time to keep these numbers going. And even if we get into a little bit of an excess, we can sell it. And that's basically what we're shooting for. If we don't need it, sell it. And again, it frees up storage space, so we don't need as much storage. And again, that's for everything here. As you can see, methane, we got a tons of it. Should be being sold, but nobody's buying it for whatever reason. Probably not a huge demand for it. And then we have excess ore. Oh, sorry, we're under on ore, aren't we? We only have 20. Not enough resources for production. And that's for refined metals. But we have enough refined metals right now to keep the Durasteel going for 2 hours. So this is not a concern. We could buy it. We could buy ore, but we have a miner out there, supposed to be providing that stuff for us. He's just taking his time for whatever reason. See, look, he's got ore. He's just not dumping it off. Where the hell are you? What are you doing? You want to transfer wares? So in this case, oh no, he doesn't have anything. Silicon. Now I'm confused. Is he trying to get rid of? He's trying to dump the ore. It looks like. That's what the negative numbers mean. That means they're dumping it. Or trying to transfer it over.
Requesting permission to dock.
Do we not have enough station storage?
Granted.
So this is our storage container. There's containers. They're solid. That's where the ore goes. So there's plenty of space. Liquid is starting to fill up. Because the methane is a liquid. So that's the problem there. But still. Now that this is in my mind, we need fluid storage. Not a rush on it, but so you there, and then we flip it upside down. Put you there. Copy it, and then we'll put it over here. And confirm. Okay, so that gives us 2 large storage of containers, solids, and liquid, which is pretty good because right now we just have mediums here. So we'll easily be able to take these up. And once these are up and running, we're going to eliminate these and start redoing this area up there. Once again, but again, the module prefabs is what's holding us back, and I'm not sure what the issue is here. I wish I could see, because we do have a prefab around here somewhere. A factory that's producing it. Is it there or is it down here? There's one that wasn't too far away from us. Getting distracted. There's high tech. There's orb refinery, defense platform, solar factory.
I can't do this anymore.
Okay, sorry, Miss Skippy walked in and started talking to me. Give me a second to talk. Or mute. Anyway, so this is where the prefabs are being made. I wish I could see what they needed here. I think this is a reputation thing, right? I think if we get a high enough reputation, which we actually have, which we're ready for. So what we're going to do is make sure we've got a message here. So we got a promotion ceremony for the CSA, Corporate Sector Authority. So I have to go up to the Capitol. Well, it's been 2 hours. Oops. No, it didn't really have been that long. So what we're going to do, since we don't have the parts we need they're not available, so we're going to write that off, and we're going to have you stop there. Fly all the way up there. We're going to visit them to go see, get a promotion with the CSA, and that might allow us to see what their stations are being produced, so we can actually see what they need in order to make them happier, more productive. So anyway, we'll take care of that, or have that happen when I get back from break, because I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, go talk to Mrs. Gimpy, and be back in a few minutes. So thank you all very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.